Welcome back to our segment, Hibiscus Tea Cooler. So what we're going to do is make the tea. We're going to start, mason jars are fantastic in most uses of herbs, tincturing, teas, anything. They are solid, they can take heat, boiling, they sterilize well. Just as a reminder, if you're going to use vinegar, we want to place a parchment paper over the rim of our mason jar before we cap it, because the vinegar is going to have a negative effect and rust your metal lid. So we're going to make our tea. So here we have our hibiscus leaves, and certainly we're going to use fresh. So we're going to just kind of put them together in a pile, and we're just going to roll them up, and we're going to take a sharp, clean knife, and we're going to slice them as such. Okay, so we have ribbons, shredded ribbons of the hibiscus flower. This allows the constituents to be released more freely in the water rather than just stuffing the whole leaves in there. The compounds are not as easily released. Now, to this, we're going to add some spearmint, a very sweet, this is going to give it some sweetness to counterbalance the tartness. So we're going to break off a stem as such, and we're just going to hold it on one end, and we're going to pull the leaves in the opposite direction, and they come off quite easily. Spearmint is also very cooling for the body. It's sweet. It's also a carminative. A carminative is a digestive, helps the body digest. So in the summer, that's a good thing because our digestion builds heat in the body. That's what makes us digest our food. It's a heating element. It's a process of heat. So the easier that it is for our body to digest, the less heat is released into the body. Now here I have, and it's wilted a little bit, but that's okay. This is fresh cut lemon balm. Lemon balm is also a sweet tart kind of an herb. It's relaxing to the body. It's also it's relaxing to our emotion. So it's very good to have as a counterbalance to all of these herbs that we have going on here. And unfortunately, it is very pretty, but it does not last long as a cut flower. You can see I just cut this and it wilted already. So the same thing, we have lemon balm, we have spearmint, and we're going to chop these herbs into smaller sizes. Just a rough chop. We don't have to get fancy and have any kind of specific size. We're just chopping into a rough chop. Again, so we can release the oils, the compounds, the medicinal constituents from these leaves into our tea. Now here I have, and this is dried, this is red clover. And this was picked and dried accordingly, and this is just what grows in your yard, what the rabbits enjoy. And I have some of the leaf and the flower. It's very sweet. So this adds another layer of sweetness. So we don't have to add sugar to our tea. We're going to use natural compounds to sweeten our tea. So you can find this growing just about, anywhere in your yard if you're not using pesticides, and hopefully you're not, or herbicides. So we're just going to add some of that. So here's our ingredients. We're going to add fresh boiling water, which is what I have here. And this is hot and steaming. And we're going to cover the herbs. So this is about half full, this size jar. If you wanted a bigger batch, put more in here, but just for our recipe today, we're using this. Cap it tightly, and this is hot. This jar is hot because it's got boiling water in it. So you just be careful, and we're going to shake it. And you can see already that this has turned, if you can see, a dark red color already, just in a short few seconds from this hot water. Now, ideally, what we want to do is leave this steep for approximately 10 minutes, okay? And which is what we're going to do. We're going to leave this steep. I'm going to show you another recipe, and when we're done with that, we'll come back and the tea will have steeped in its proper time. So again, we're using the hibiscus, the red color of summer, and we're using some red clover. And the red clover, that is also cool and moistening and sweet. And we use the blossoms. Red clover is a fantastic lymphatic tonic. It cleanses the body. It's a blood purifier. It's one of the major herbs and compounds in a cancer formula. It helps the body to remove heat. It clears heat from the body. Again, a lymphatic tonic. It's used specifically for breast and lung cancers. And so however, it's light in its effect. It's not a strong medicinal herb like like maybe poke root, for instance, which is not what we would want to use in a tea. That's very strong and used in very small increments. Red clover, it's great for children. So in its loveliness, it is both strong and yet gentle. So those are some of the greatest things that you can have in your garden. And I just encourage you to let the clover grow. Thank you.